Holly and Alex met through work, kind of. Holly had moved to San Diego from Colorado and started to work in a children's hospital. While there, she became friends with some of the other nurses and eventually started asking if any of their husbands' friends were single. And like Dr. Evil, Alex's dad slowly spun in his chair. A little awkward but intrigued by what he had said, she leaned in. And he was like a proud father showing photos of his son. Specifically, a photo of Alex with lions. So she tells him to send her Alex's number. Months go by and she doesn't hear anything from his dad. Eventually, though, she receives a call from a patient. Hey, why aren't you receiving my emails? I don't know. Holly reaches out to IT. She finds out she hadn't been receiving emails for months, inundated with hundreds of emails. In the midst, she sees Alex's number. But finally, they would meet at Ballast Point, and they would hit it off immediately. And that was the beginning.
I knew from the first few months of dating that this was something special. We didn't just go to dinner. We board a 6 a.m. boat, catch our own fish, cook our own fish tacos. We didn't just go for a hike. We army crawled into abandoned mines, mud caves, and scaled Half Dome. I knew then that I wanted to be around you for as long as I possibly could be. You are witty, adventurous, and thoughtful. You were the first person I called to celebrate the wins, and the first person I look to navigate the losses. With your hand in mine, I feel like I could take on the world. You believe in me even when I don't always believe in myself. Your unwavering support is truly one of the greatest gifts of my life. I vow to support your ambitions and do everything in my power to help you achieve them. I vow to stand alongside you no matter the obstacles that may come your way. I've loved you for almost 6 years, and I'm honored that I officially get to love you forever. We've lived so many chapters, and I'm just so ready for the path of adventures for all the decades to follow. I love you.
I could have used sweeping adjectives, clever diction, metaphor, or ChatGPT to try and write my vows. But I was once told by my late great Uncle D, always leave the crowd wanting more, so I'll keep this original. I don't know what the rest of our lives hold together. I'm sure there will be great triumphs, tragedies, extraordinary events, and mundane Sunday afternoons. But I look forward to every day that I get to look back on them with you, turning into an old couple with a lifetime of remember-whens. And I can't promise that I won't sometimes annoy or embarrass you, or that you'll always find my highly sophisticated sense of humor funny. But I can promise that I'll never stop trying. Trying to make you laugh, trying to make you happy, or trying to remember what you told me we're doing next weekend, even though you've already told me 100 times. I promise that I will always give you 100% of whatever I have to give every day for the rest of our lives. That's my butt.
That's your butt. Hi. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. But you guessed the right color too.
I guess the right color. I'm so smart.
handsome, rugged, daring, debonair, one of a, sorry, Alex, I can't read your handwriting here.
Holly and I met when we were studying abroad in Spain. We were randomly assigned to be roommates. I'm originally from Kentucky. Oh, wow, that's the first time that's happened. And apparently that was taken with much hesitation from Holly, who needed to make sure that I wasn't a crazy hillbilly. So she didn't talk to me for the first 2 weeks that we lived together. But deep in my soul, I knew that we were destined to be best friends. And so my persistence paid off. And I broke through her cold Southern California heart. Holly's outgoing. She's never met a stranger. She's a fantastic listener. She's kind to her core.
From a shy young girl who we fought to even brush her hair, to a beautiful, fun-loving, outgoing woman who just graduated PA school to help other people. That's right. That's right.
The very first thing I learned about Alex was that he was the president of his homeowners association. My obvious follow-up question was, is he also the chair of his AARP small group? Is she gonna have to remind him to take out his dentures every night?
One of my favorite stories about Alex is the time we were drinking in Encinitas and we stole golf carts.
Holly and I were driving. Alex, you don't know about this. And she was telling us how wonderful you were. And then she kind of hesitated, and I asked her, like, what's going on? And she's like, well, to be honest, everything's so wonderful. I love him so much, but we haven't been through anything, like, too serious together. Almost waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I looked at Holly and I just laughed, and I was, of course you have. You guys have gone through PA school, you've gone through multiple moves. Alex has got a new job. And she kind of laughed. She's like, you're right. And I think the reason that you didn't think that anything serious had happened is because you had Alex by your side. And I think with him and with you guys as a couple, the highs are a little bit sweeter and the lows don't feel like lows because you guys are just meant for each other.
Hi, Holly and Alex. We're so excited to be here. You guys are such an incredible couple, and we're just so happy for you both. We knew we would be here in a few years when we heard the story about Alex writing happy anniversary on their second date, and Holly sent me the picture.
Alex and Holly, we're so happy that we get to be here for your big day. We really appreciate being in your lives. And it makes us just think back from the very beginning, that first trip when you invited us to Orcas for 4th of July. I think that was the start of just your continued hospitality and kindness towards us that we really appreciated.
Thank you for having us. We're very excited to celebrate with you guys. It's a very special day.
Just want to say congrats, and especially to you, Holly. I am so thankful that I have met you, and honestly, one of the best things about PA school was the fact that it brought us together.
Congratulations.
Anything else? That's it. Good? Okay.
That's it.
Remember the day I met Alex is not important. Holly, when I was being given a 25-pound bag of flour in the middle of the pandemic, and I delivered cookie brownies, and Holly was like, thank you so much, this is saving me, and I knew we would be friends forever.
Just want to say I love you guys both so much, and I really appreciate that you let me third wheel your relationship.
I love you guys. Can't wait for you to move back to San Diego so we have more game nights soon. I can't wait for an overly competitive game of Catan.
Dear, sweet Alex, I love you so much. My dear son from another mother, I cannot be happier more for you. And of course, dear sweet Holly, Alex, I remember when you were a little boy saying, when you knew you'd meet the girl that you'd spend the rest of your life with. And I remember you telling me when you had met Holly.
Congrats to the stepbrother that has been there since the beginning. And
Or adopt.
Adopt.
Let's not go
Step.
Step.
Let's
do adopt.
Brother from another mother.
Love you so much.
You guys are so perfect together. I love you guys. Can't wait to come up to Seattle and beat your ass at Catan.
We're just so happy for you. Congratulations. And we just pray that God will bless you in the future and all that He has planned for you. We love you so much.
We're super excited for you guys. Congratulations. Everything's beautiful.
Alex, like I said, I'm so excited to be here for you today. And Holly, of course. It's been such a great journey, us together growing up through the years. Whether it was being put on curfew by Grandma for being on the dock too late catching shrimp.
It was a beautiful ceremony, and I'm so happy to be here.
What a pleasure it has been to watch you, Holly, grow up from a young child all the way the beautiful woman you've become. Alex, it's a pleasure meeting you. Holly did a good job picking you out.
She was driving me to the airport, and she was telling me about a date she had later that night with a guy named Alex. But when you dropped me off, I looked at you and I said, I think this is the last time I'm going to see you as a single woman. And sure enough, I was right. Always. Over the course of the next few months, I started hearing more and more about this guy named Alex. How they would make cookies together in his apartment. How he supports a collegiate basketball team that's never won a national championship. I had to. The list goes on. Not only was Alex able to keep up with Holly, he actually challenged and encouraged her. Not only on adventurous hobbies, but he fully encouraged her to go back to PA school. And in true Holly fashion, she got into the top-rated PA program in the country and was the very first person that they called to admit into the program. And she just passed her boards.
I met Alex our freshman year of college at Gonzaga, the school that's never won a championship, thank you. And I knew then that he was destined for greatness, or at least some memorable adventures. You see, Alex was always one to blaze his own trail, even in fashion. He was the only guy I knew who proudly rocked a pair of Ugg boots during those chilly winter months at Gonzaga. Yep, Uggs, and he still does it.
For those who don't know, Alex and I are very different people. Growing up, we would butt heads a lot. In fact, I would say we perfected the art of sibling rivalry. But as time passed and we both matured, so too did the petty arguments and the competitiveness between us. What's emerged is a beautiful friendship that's allowed us to share moments like this. And I'm honored that he chose me to be one of his best men. I'm so incredibly happy that my brother has found someone as wonderful as you to share his life with. You exemplify all of the traits one would hope to find in a partner. You're kind, smart, beautiful, and of course, patient enough to put up with him. I could not think of another person who I would rather have as a sister-in-law.
You become the perfect co-pilot in this wild ride of life with Alex. Your love and support has been the wind beneath his wings, encouraging his venturous spirit to soar even higher. Together, you make a team that's as formidable as it is delightful to witness.
We knew that day would come when, she'd need to be starting a date. And of course, we had certain criteria that had to be met. We didn't expect to find someone with our dry sense of humor, but we did. We didn't expect to find someone that could not only accept Holly's funny, crazy, off-the-wall scenarios and anecdotes, but actually embrace them, but we did. As I look at your lives so far, I see the fun and joy you both try to incorporate into everything you do together. And it reminds me how Helen and I started out almost 40 years ago. We're both proud of these two, and we're honored to call Alex our son-in-law.